going on, Internet? Welcome back to another exciting episode of Nerdlocker, a place for your inner nerd. My name is Brandon.
And I'm Jasmine.
And this is episode 52,
yeah!
which officially marks us at 1 year of Nerdlocker.
We really want to thank all our fans, our contributors to the site, and all of our business partners for helping us get this far. We really appreciate it.
So, before we start, let's take a look back at a year worth of Nerdlocker.
Aww.
These guys are trying not to cry because this is my last episode of Nerdlocker.
I'm trying to be professional about this, but I'm really sad. Give him a hug. Get over here. Hug Ryan.
Oh, thanks, guys.
I literally lost all my hair and grew all my hair in 1 year.
It's beautiful.
Did you see that?
It's
do you remember
so
baby
pretty.
face Brandon?
I
from
do.
early on? So glad that's over.
Aw, you're a man now. I am. Anyhow, guys, this is episode 52, so
Let's get to it.
So we've had a lot of Dark Knight news in recent weeks, and this is a kind of cool little tidbit. I kind of saw it coming. I figured this would be happening, but looks like Cillian Murphy is coming back to reprise his role as the Scarecrow, just for a cameo appearance in Dark Knight Rises. And I really hope it's like what they did with Dark Knight, The Dark Knight, how it's just kind of like he shows up at the beginning, gets beat up by Batman, and then they throw him back in Arkham or something like that.
There's something about that cameo that, of everything else about the movies, as good as they are and everything, that was like the one thing that at the very beginning of The Dark Knight, I thought that was the coolest thing ever.
To have like the drug deal going on.
Well,
and then,
it's like it shows continuity. I mean, you see movies and villains get killed off, and they're like hinted to or maybe mentioned sometimes.
But Batman doesn't kill his villains, and like they die, but it's not by his hand.
Yeah, but I like that they have the continuity that it's like on top of whatever this movie's going to be about, he's still running around Gotham taking down the bad guys.
Yeah.
I love that they didn't kill him off and that they have him return. I just, as a comic book reader, watching any of the Batman animated series, it's always cool to see a villain come back.
Yeah, there's always that one jokey villain that like he's pretty much a joke. He thinks he's like big and bad. And if you ever played the Spider-Man video games, like Ultimate Spider-Man, the Shocker,
yeah,
totally that same guy where he shows up. You have to fight him every now and then.
But
like
he's always getting
beat up, and he's always like coming back thinking he's stronger. But he's not. And that's
but I enjoy the continuity. It's a cool little thing, and like as a fan such as myself, it's really cool to be like, oh, taking down the Scarecrow again. That's cool.
What if he kills Batman at the end of this?
That
would ruin your day.
Yeah.
Let us know what you guys think.
Well, it's finally happened. Leonard Nimoy attended his final Star Trek convention.
That's so sad.
He's the 80-year-old Spock has said that he's, done with everything. I guess he talked for an hour and basically thanked everybody for their support throughout all the years and just, looked back on his career as Spock.
Which has been awesome. I mean, it's definitely engraved in sci-fi culture. Star Trek's one of the big two in that whole thing. So, I mean, we owe a lot to him. And I'm sad to hear that he's not going to be appearing anymore.
Yeah.
I call BS, though, because he said this a couple times already. And everyone says this, but they always do the reunion tour.
I'm okay. I hope he comes back.
They always have a huge Star Trek convention here in Vegas, so hopefully he'll come back for one more, maybe. You never know. People say stuff and take it back all the time. So.
But no, you got to think. I mean, he's 80 now.
He is 80, so
that's an impressive career because you have to. I still think he's relevant. The character's relevant.
Oh yeah.
Everybody knows about it.
Especially with like the reboot.
Exactly.
Of Star Trek kind of invigorated it again, and there's a lot more fans.
Especially with him in the movie as Spock.
Yeah, it was really cool.
I mean, you got to say, hats off to a great career. But
Star Wars is still better.
I don't know, man.
So I am a hardcore lover of Quentin Tarantino movies, especially this next one coming out, Django Unchained.
It's not even out, and I could say with you, I totally love this movie already.
Right? I'm so stoked for
It
this
sounds
movie.
sweet. It's Jamie Foxx as a runaway slave, like in the Old West, getting revenge.
I love it.
How cool is that?
What's weird though is that this is the first Quentin Tarantino movie where the people he selected for the movie have dropped out. Like Will Smith dropped out for Jamie Foxx, and now Kevin Costner has dropped out, only to be replaced by Kurt Russell, who
Snake himself.
would do a way better job.
Yeah,
I think.
he has the more like Kevin Costner is a great actor
And does good
Don't get me wrong.
westerns
He
and
has
good long movies
An
and-
amazing presence on screen, and I'm really excited for him in Man of Steel as Jonathan Kent.
I agree.
That's something that's really up Kevin Costner's alley.
Alec, yeah.
Kurt Russell, though, he has that more badass edge. I mean,
Right.
Tombstone.
Wild
he's
West,
Wyatt Earp.
like
He's like the
Journeyman,
guy.
everything
Yeah,
crazy guy.
Exactly. I mean, him and Death Proof, like, I know a lot of people didn't really like that movie.
Death
but
Proof is one of my favorite movies ever made.
it's pretty awesome. It's actually
Period.
really cool, and he plays a pretty convincing, like, it's a villain. It's like that bad guy, that like horror bad guy, but it's not the typical one, and he
Yeah.
plays a pretty convincing role. He's
I
just
agree, he
crazy
really
in
does.
that.
It's just so good how he gets shot and then he just turns into a baby and just starts like screaming and howling and crying as soon as he feels a little bit of pain. However, he's been like murdering people with cars.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
I'm stoked to see him in this movie because it'll give it just a even better twist, and he's worked with Quentin Tarantino before. So it'll be even better. I'm really excited to see that because whenever Tarantino has recurring actors, which he always does, they always do an amazing job on screen. So.
Another thing that I know we've talked about this before. I know it's been brought up before, and you guys probably already know if you've been following this movie. But Leonardo DiCaprio's playing the bad guy.
Heck
I mean,
yeah.
come on. How much better does that get?
That's a great, just all around everything I want to see in a movie.
I really hope after this movie, like, Leonardo DiCaprio and Quentin Tarantino develop a relationship like Leonardo and Martin Scorsese did, and he's like in everything that he
Dude,
does.
I agree.
Hopefully this will make Quentin Tarantino do more movies instead of just talking about them. But we'll see what happens. It's coming out in, what is it, like next year, 2 years from now? We'll see when that comes out. But let us know what you guys think. Are you excited? Could they pick someone else?
I'm excited.
I know I'm excited.